Hi, and welcome to the first of a series of 7 videos on personal change and how to plan it. This video is about setting your target. Now, it's quite important, of course, to have a target, and you may have heard the story of the man who fired a shot into the side of his barn and then went up to the side of the barn, got a pot of paint, and painted a target around the shot, and claimed that he'd hit the target. A lot of us do something like that, claim that whatever we actually achieved was what we were setting out to achieve, but really, to have a sense of achievement, to have a sense of self-efficacy is the term that gets used in psychological circles. We need to be going after a target that we've set in advance. So, on the worksheet for this step, which if you haven't signed up for the email course, you need to do that in order to get the worksheet. On the worksheet, there are 2 questions. Firstly, what do you want to be different when you've made your change? Your change is not just a change in you, it's not just a change in your circumstances, it's both. What do you actually want to be different? In my case, I would like to be fitter. I would like to have a more, let's say, more compact stomach. Even though I'm very thin, middle-aged guy, stomach is still sticking out a bit. So my target, my goal, is to do the 200 sit-ups program, and the link for that is in the email. I've done most of this program in the past, got partway through, got busy, stopped, so I'm pretty sure that I can actually achieve it. In fact, I'm fully confident that I can finish the program. It's just a matter of doing it. So it's a realistic target. Important to have a realistic target. It's very demotivational to set yourself a target that's too high and fail to achieve it. It's better to set the target a little bit lower, something that you know that you can achieve, and achieve it, and have that sense of motivation, that sense of attainment. On the other hand, of course, if you set it too low, if it's too easy, then you don't get much of a thrill from achieving it. So, somewhere in the middle. Your mind is like a guided missile. It heads towards the targets that you put in front of it. I'm going to talk a lot more about that in my follow-up course, Change Your Mind. And again, the email contains more information about that course. If you're not yet getting the emails, this is the sign-up address, and it's also next to this video in YouTube. The second question on the worksheet is, how are you going to measure and track your progress? Very important not only to have a target, but to know how you're doing in relation to that target. If you have a job where your performance gets measured, you'll probably be familiar with the principle that what gets measured is what gets managed. Unfortunately, a lot of organizations measure the wrong things, and so they manage the wrong things, and their outcomes are not ideal. So, setting the target, very important step. This is why I've made it step number 1. In the email, I give you links to 3 websites where you can measure and track progress towards your goals. The first is Joe's Goals, the second is the Habitizer, and the third is my own website, which at the time I'm recording this video is still in beta, so it may have a couple of little quirks still to be worked out, but it's basically pretty usable. You can track your progress, set your targets, set target dates if you want, and enter your progress, whether that's on a scale of 1 to 10 for some concept, or it may be some kind of measurable number like weight, for example. And as you enter it, you'll see on the graphs that get generated whether you're trending in the right direction, whether you're likely to hit your goal before your date, after your date, on your date. And that can help you to readjust and refine your plan so that you're going to achieve your target, because we want you to do that. That's important to your continued motivation, to your ability to continue with that change into the long term. And long-term change is really where it lives. So in summary, when you're setting a target, 2 important things. What do you want to be different? And how are you going to track your progress? If you don't have the email with the links, please sign up so that you can get that, and that will give you access to those extra resources. Next video, I'm going to cover the compass, knowing where you are and knowing where you want to be, and planning a path between the two. Thanks again.